Hello, pocket knife community, knife lovers, knife enthusiasts, interested viewers. Folder here. I don't care what anybody says. Lynn Thompson is the man. I'm serious. You know, there are people who kind of hate on him and hate on Cold Steel a little bit. It's basically how I got started. I mean, not that I'm saying I'm anyway. I'm just saying it influenced me. I'm not sitting here, making statements about, yeah, I'm something, whatever. But yeah, so my first knife was a Spyderco ATS 55. It's actually a police model. And that's when I wasn't even interested in collecting knives. It was just, I had a knife in my pocket, you know. And, but, but what actually sparked the passion was Cold Steel. The crazy videos on the internet, them actually doing things that nobody else was doing, actually putting the knives to the test. Yeah, nobody kind of did that way. But in the knife industry, they were almost laughed at sometimes because they were a little bit crude. But Lynn Thompson, and you could look at him and say, listen, is this guy really a martial artist? Listen, you could say a lot of things about him, but he was a successful businessman, okay, and entertainer. And he's dead serious. I like him, personally. And Cold Steel, even to this day, I still buy Cold Steel. I got a lot of Cold Steel products, and they make the best DLC in the business, man. I think their DLC is amazing. I think it's better than a lot of other companies. It's very refined. Let me grab one of my Cold Steel's DLC. I mean, this is not what this video is about, but I just wanted to point out, man, their DLC. I love the way it is. It's like it's tight. It's almost like when you get a new car and then how the paint is on the new car, and then you start waxing it and getting it waxed, and as time goes on, the paint gets harder and finer. That's how Cold Steel's DLC is. It's really, really good. It's not like I don't know how to describe it, like powdery. It's like very tight to the surface, and yeah, it's durable. But anyway, yeah, no. So when I saw that they came out with this KOBUN, this KOBUN signature series KOBUN, I got very excited. When I first saw this. I'm a collector of Cold Steel fixed blades. I love the Secure X sheaths. I think they got some of the best sheaths in the business. I love their sheaths. I don't know how the sheath is on this. I think it's a little bit different, but we'll see. But yeah, no, what I love about this is this. I mean, this is done with a Sharpie, dude. Like really? So if you don't know, Lynn Thompson sold Cold Steel to a Texas-based company, GSM. I'm really glad they didn't change the name. They could have, but obviously they didn't change the name because it would have been an economic suicide. Cold Steel's already an established brand and, recognizable. So they would have been, not intelligent to change the name, but they didn't. So it's still Cold Steel, which is great. It's still the same Cold Steel company. And they released this KOBUN. And Lynn Thompson, oh, man, signed the boxes. And that's not, that's done with a Sharpie, dude. Yeah, dude, I'm excited about that. I'm going to keep this box in pristine condition. I keep my boxes anyway for every single knife that I buy. I keep the boxes. Yeah. So yeah, man, let's let's get into this. Let's open this thing up and take a look at it. Yeah, Lynn, Thompson, KOBUN. Blade length 5.5 inches. Overall length 9 7/8. Steel S35VN, and I'm really happy about that. Their heat treats on F35VN is excellent cold steel, and they're very tough. I mean, as tough as the metallurgy can be for S35, Cold Steels is doing it with it. They have very good S35. I'm glad this wasn't a San Mai, and I'm not dogging the San Mai. If you're not familiar with it, the newer San Mai, which I have. Let's see, grab one of my San Mai's. Like in the SRK. Basically it's basically it's VG10, but it's 3 layers of it's laminated VG10, basically, all different strengths and toughness, creating, and then the final edge, the edge that you do the cutting with. You can see the laminate right there on the edge. Is the one that has the best edge retention, and on the outside the layered is for toughness. It's a softer steel for toughness. And I'm not hating the San Mai, but it's a little gimmicky. I'm not gonna say it's not. I mean, you can get a metallurgy, that that can match the whole San Mai thing without all the the layered steels. I mean, especially today. If you wanted a tough steel, you could just use Cruware or Magna Cut or something like that, and you're done. Yeah. So, but let's not waste any more time. Yeah, man, I'm excited to see what this thing kind of looks like. The condition, I mean, the quality of it. I don't want to even bend this box, man. I really want to keep this box pristine. I really do. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that yeah, Lynn Thompson, he is the man. Yeah, so, right, let's see what this KOBUN looks like. Okay, I like green. I mean, I knew it was green. Black hardware. I must admit, and I'm not going to be skimping on anything. I am not absolutely in love with this shade of green. I am not. Wish it was a little darker. It's not bad, though. I just, a little darker would have been nicer for me with this. Yeah. All right. Without further ado. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Oh, I love that grind. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, that's really. So, these are serial numbered. 2424. Wow. That's the serial number on mine. So they made a lot of them, especially if they started from number 1. Where's my rack? What the hell do I do with it? Okay. I literally fell underneath my chair. Yeah, this is nice, guys. This is nice. I'm telling you, man, that is sweet finish. You know, you really put a nice polish on this. Yeah, that's, man, my lighting is something to be desired right now. Yeah, that's serious business. Um, so right off the bat, I actually love the steel on this. I love the grind that he used. Um, Traditionally, these KOBUNs, that the cold steel KOBUN is a Tonto, American Tonto. I actually have, you know, the Master Tonto, cold steel Master Tonto. Um, yeah. So the fact that they did a different grind is very interesting. Also, too, you know, right off the bat, you notice this thing is thin. Comparing it to the San Mai Master Tonto, it's thin and it's light. Yeah, it feels really light in hand. 4.1 ounces doesn't even feel like it's 4.1 ounces. Feels like it's less than that. Whew, what an edge. Yeah, this thing is serious business. It's light. Only criticism, I wish the handle maybe be thicker. I feel like I would want the handle more substantial, especially when you compare it um, to the Master Tonto, where you can see the girth in the handle here. Um, they definitely didn't give you that. Uh, you know, also too, I have to say that uh, this knife really is reminiscent of the outdoorsman. If you really look at the shape of the blade, I actually have an outdoorsman here. One of my favorite fixed blades, very underrated. People don't seem to like this knife for some reason. But yeah, very similar, you know, to the outdoorsman. This is the San Mai, you know, the three laminate steels. It's got a wicked hollow grind on this. The handle is extremely high quality. You can see the pommel here and the bolster, and it feels very substantial in hand. I don't have the specs on this knife right now. I'm not even gonna look for them. This being much thinner blade stock, you know, you can definitely see that they, you know, the type of the grind wasn't necessary. You know, there was no need to hollow it out. You know, but it's basically the same shape, minus the bone breaker and the ridiculously stupid jimping that's here. Well, I don't know what this is for. This is just an aesthetic, but I actually love this knife too. But yeah, but I actually, if I'm going to criticize this off the top, I would say that the handle is very thin. Like it feels like if you were, I mean, listen, you know, depending on what you're doing with this thing, right? You're not going to be sitting here. This is a weapon. You know, these types of knives are weapons. You know, that's what their function is. Cold Steel wasn't just a knife company, or isn't just a knife company. Cold Steel literally is a weapon company. They make stuff. Lynn Thompson, when he owned it, you know, he tests all his stuff out in the field, all types of stuff, man. Blow darts and clubs and all types of things for the martial arts industry. So their stuff is definitely weapon related. So you don't really have to you know, you're not going to be doing long cuts with something like this. You know, you're not going to be sitting there, you know, woodcrafting. I mean, listen, you can, but you know, the martial arts industry and stuff, and is really where this thing gets it from. You know, but I would definitely say that they didn't reinvent the wheel with this. You know, they basically took this same exact blade shape. It really is. It's more of a, instead of a katana I mean a a tanto. I'm sorry. Instead of the tanto shape, it's more like a sword. It actually looks more like a sword. You know, really, I love the way they did the grind though. The grind looks really, really good. So yeah, I got to do something different with my lighting. Lighting is just terrible. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. I'm not gonna go too long with this. I'm very glad that number one, it's a serial numbered piece. Number two, I have the signature box with Lynn Thompson's name signed on the box in a Sharpie. He signed every box. And of course his name is actually on the blade. This is a collector's item. And I love the fact that they did not do San Mai, that it's a single metallurgy steel like S35. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Look at that. Yeah, so this grind is different right here. I didn't even really look that hard at that, but it is a reduced thickness on the back strap here. It's very hard to see, but it is there. That's really, really beautiful. Love it. Love it. Yeah. So, all right. That's it. That's the KOBUN Lynn Thompson. Lynn Thompson edition. Yeah. Lynn, there's the man. All right. That's all I got. Thanks.